Welcome back. We earlier talked about encouraging the small and medium enterprises and the micro economic projects that are taken by low-income brackets in society, and by the government is trying to empower and boost this type of economy. We're very delighted to be having with us live here over the phone Dr. Mustafa Waly, our economic expert. Good morning, Dr. Mustafa.
Good morning to you.
How are you doing, sir? Let us first know or give a definition of the micro, small and medium enterprises, and how important is it to boost the economy. And we have seen very successful experiences like in China, for example, the small and medium enterprises. How have it boosted and made an economic boom in a nation?
Sorry?
Hello?
I hear you, yes. Yeah. I lose voice sometimes. Hello?
Am I breaking up? Are you getting me clear?
I heard you for the first, yes.
I was talking about the importance of small and medium enterprises to empower any economy of a nation.
Exactly.
And
yes.
I was talking about a very successful experience,
yes.
like in China, for example.
Yes, yes. Well, okay, I think there is some time lag between I'm watching you now. But anyway, concerning
okay.
the question, if you are hearing me, yes, let me nod your, nod your, then you hear me, yeah, okay?
Is that you have a lag?
Yes, I have. But
usually
anyway,
there is a lag.
Yes, of course. Let's get back to the question. You know, it's about the definition of small and medium enterprise. Let me tell you frankly, this is a very, very perplexing question up till this moment, because a lot of parameters are forming and indicating to what is it exactly, and it is different from, let's say, from some cultural, economic culture to the other. So, but in general, it is actually about how to start some successful business in either industry, manufacturing or services. That's the main top classes of differentiation between these activities. So it depends upon the society and the status of the development of these societies, and especially when you talk about the economic level of this society, whether it's a developed country or underdeveloped and so on. That's very important because it sometimes makes you, when you put your parameters, then you know exactly what is your mission, then you go accordingly. Luckily enough, we noticed this in Egypt for about more than 20 years now, and so we got the lesson, which is that, okay, let's cope with what we have on the ground, and where the areas where we can actually get success stories in this field. It's very important, this introduction, because sometimes it's very, perplexing, and it's very confusing to certain sectors. That is the most important thing. Once we get this, then we proceed, we put the plans and the full mobilization of a nation and leadership to have a successful, big story of small and medium enterprises, where the slogan, where the master flag of success is actually China, as you said exactly, yes.
Right. Usually that particular type of economic plan is successful with a nation that is densely populated, like I earlier said with China, for example. So how do you think a country like Egypt that is overpopulated could lay a foundation of micro, not entirely a foundation of micro economic projects, but part of it depends on microeconomic projects and partnerships, especially with the low-income brackets, with women, with some sectors in society. How important is it?
Well, I will refer directly to first. We'll start with the small and even, micro and micro. We have the small and medium enterprises, and then we have the micro economy and very micro. When we talk micro, when it comes to even figures. But let me tell you, the bulk and the actual success which will be felt when it is there is to concentrate on the scale of your country. I mean, according to your correct and so much correct in calculation and in prospecting and in deriving the issues, is the sector of medium enterprises. And that's why we start with small and medium enterprises. Because if you, in the medium, you get success stories that in itself you wouldn't believe. It attracts and it's pulling the small enterprises, sometimes the success in medium enterprise. And in this case, let's say that, okay, we're putting the definition when it comes to financial aspects. Then it's example, for example, how much you could say that this is a small or this is medium. It's a long story, but let's get to the facts on the ground. Egypt, for quite some time now, and especially lately in the last few years, the issue and the case and the issue of small and medium enterprises has taken its right place in the economic culture of those who are willing to have success in this field. I mean, the customer, which actually is the youth generally, and the leadership and those who are putting the plans to support and push for the success of this sector. The stories are really very promising, and the stories are real on the ground. The only thing is that we want more and more. Such sector can expand, can absorb, can be very, can be a flagship in economy for a big sector of the unemployment, which is the most important target we are heading to cope with. In this case, the details are many. Most of them are economic, but also don't forget that it could be also technical. Let me tell you one thing when it comes to this one. A medium or even a small enterprise where the end product or the service is based on knowledge, is based on technology. It can never be a success story unless you have those who will take care of it, implementing it, the owner of it, has the minimum to make it a start, successful start. And here again, it will bring us to what is going on of our government and our leadership keenness and interest of developing our youth technical standards, and the institutions, the official institutions of this country, the civil one and the governmental, are keen in this. I was honored to be once taking care, as general manager of the Federation of Egyptian Industries, and this was a very important issue.
Right. Dr. Mustafa Waly, our economic expert, would like to thank you, sir, very much talking to The Breakfast Show, and you have a beautiful day. And by this, we come to the end of The Breakfast Show for today. Many thanks to all of you. Happy New Hijra year, and until we see you again tomorrow with a new episode of The Breakfast Show, that's a goodbye.